Okay, well, Mario Film 10 here, and we got a few weeks left until the Nintendo Switch 2 releases. Speaking of the Nintendo Switch 2, look at that sweet advertisement. Ooh, yeah. Be the first to know. Sign up for updates on pre-order availability now. Coming 2025. And that's before the whole tariff situation came into effect, so got some neat history there, don't we? The QR code actually works on it, too. That's actually pretty awesome. It actually does lead to the GameStop page, but obviously, we're not pre-ordering anymore. So yeah, like I'm just here to talk about the key card situation. I'm here to talk about virtual game cards, all that. Whenever it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2 and preservation, that overall topic is draining, to say the least. It's not what we as collectors would like to see, unfortunately. We can only do so much, obviously, but we do have the power. We can vote with our wallets. Okay, so let me just go to my console here. We got the green news button, we got the red purse, we got game share, and then, I don't want to see it. Oh, virtual game cards, whatever, we have to go through it. Yeah, so I didn't go through this menu yet. Something told me to just not do it. Maybe do a video of this, and here we are. Okay, so you can see your virtual game cards on this screen. Purchased downloadable games will appear here. Select virtual game cards to load on this system. Once loaded, the game's icon will be added to the home menu and you'll be able to play it. Okay. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is going to be a physical game very soon, so that's awesome. Yeah, so this is loaded onto this system, and you can load it on another system, lend to a family group member. What do they even have for options? Okay, so you can eject from this system. Current system OLED switch. Yeah, that's mine. I just called it that, whatever. I didn't have a clever nickname for it. I got this as a physical game too. Knights and Guns is an underrated one. I would recommend that game. That's definitely a hidden gem. Knights and Guns, I haven't played it for a while, but I should actually go onto it. It's really fun. So yeah, you can load this onto another system or lend to a family group member, and that's all you can do with these. Like that's really it. Like it just doesn't. I forget what I even have on here. I have like so much stuff I forgot about. But I mean, yeah, that's just kind of it. Yeah, this is getting a physical edition too. The thing that I don't understand about virtual game cards is that they make it sound like it's such a good thing. Like, oh, it's like physical media, but it's digital, right? Like, it sounds like a very, very interesting prospect. They make it sound good. Like, the way that they advertised this on the Direct, they made it sound like, hey, you have the freedom to do what you want with these like physical, right? Except it's digital. Here's a good one, right? Here's a good example. Super Mario Brothers Wonder, right? We've headed into the Wonder era with all of these just amazing Mario games. Like, we're just breathing new life into this character. You got a new art direction for these games. You got a new voice actor. It's like there's just a lot of life being breathed into this series. With physical media, we have the freedom to do whatever we want with it, right? We can either lend it to someone, I can sell it to someone else. I can keep this on my shelf. You can literally do whatever you want with this, right? The point of going physical is to have freedom, right? Physical gaming, it's synonymous with freedom. But unfortunately, there are a lot of instances these days where companies just take advantage of this, and it's no longer old-fashioned physical copies anymore. Like with the Switch 2, we have the key cards, the virtual game cards thing, like I just talked about here. Like it's nonsense. Let's just take my Joy-Con off. I'll tell you, it's not much of a joy. It's more of a con, if you get what I'm saying. Okay, that was a bad joke. So let's say, for example, you go on your page, right? I'm not actually going to go on it, but imagine if you go on your page and you see all of your friends online, right? Wouldn't it be great if you could just choose, Wouldn't it be a great thing if you could just choose someone on your friends list and you could be like, I think this person wanted that game. Right? Like, it's just, I don't understand why they don't do this. So let's say, for example, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Ever since downloading this update, it showed the cartridge icon. I'm telling you, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, my copy is digital. I don't have a physical copy of it. It's just a weird bug. But I have this game digitally. Let's say, for example, I don't play this anymore. And someone else is like, hey, I can get a free copy of Smash. Hey, you want to gift it to me? Yeah, sure, buddy. Right? Like, why can't I just gift a digital game to someone? Obviously, you can keep it on your shelf. Or, if you want to, you can just lend it to someone, sell it to someone, or, hey, you know, just flat out gift it to somebody. Here you go. Right? Like, I don't understand why you can't gift games to people. Right? The freedom that you have with physical media, why don't you have that freedom with virtual game cards? Why can't I just gift it to somebody? You know what I mean? Like, that is a huge misstep right there. And I know Nintendo's doing it on purpose. This can't just be like an oversight. They know what they're doing. They 100% know what they're doing here. It makes no sense. Like, I just don't get why Nintendo can't do it. Like, even if their answer is, oh, well, it's money. Okay, but I already bought the game. The money that was spent on this title is paid for. Why can't I just gift it to someone? It's not like I'm copying files and pasting it and then making illegal copies or something. Like, come on. Like, I don't see what the big issue is. Remember the good old days of YouTube poop? Remember the good old days of the Philips CDI with The Legend of Zelda? You remember that? That's what this game is. I don't play this game anymore. Wouldn't it be great if I could just go onto my friends list and gift this game to someone? Wouldn't it be great if I could just do virtual game cards? Wouldn't it be great if I could just choose Arzette, the Jewel of Faramore, and then lend or gift to someone on my friends list? Like, why? Why is that not an option? Why? I'm a huge advocate for physical movies too. Say, for example, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, right? At the time of this video, this movie came out recently. You know, had to pick this up. Definitely on 4K, no question about it. Right? Could you imagine? All of these experiments, all of these things that companies are doing to games, what if they did that to movies? We would be completely screwed. It'd be over. Physical media is done. Done like dinner. Like, we're not getting anything. We'll own nothing and like it. You've heard that, right? If they did that with movies as well as games, we would be completely SOL. It's over. Big fat goose egg, buddy. Nothing else left. Right? Could you imagine if they did this stuff to movies? Could you imagine if they did DLC for movies? Could you imagine if you bought Sonic 3, you have half the movie on disc, but then they're like, oh, well, sorry, we're just gonna have to give you the other half of the movie in a few weeks or so. Mission failed. Physical media is, well, it's gone. Never to be seen again. Whoosh. It's completely over. Like, what are we gonna do at that point? I guarantee you that day is coming. Can you imagine that happen? You know, it's like, oh, well, don't give them any ideas. Oh, trust me. Trust me. If they can do all these things with games, they're certainly going to be doing it with movies too. You watch it happen. That's why it's good to buy what you can now. That's why it's good to, vote with your wallet. You got to make sure that we vote for these things, right? We have the power as consumers to choose how this market goes, right? It could either be an incredibly niche market or a popular one. We can choose how it goes, right? A lot of people think, oh, well, it's just me. I'm only one person. Well, guess what? That one person can talk to 5 people, and then those 5 people can talk to 10, and then it just multiplies, right? Word spreads, right? That's how it goes, right? Word of mouth. Like, I don't necessarily mind getting digital here and there. I'm not saying it's completely evil, but the way companies turn it, it's just bad, right? Like, let's say, for example, the holy trinity of Mario RPGs. Look at that. We have Super Mario RPG here, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, and then last but certainly not least, Mario and Luigi Brothership, right? They even have their, icon on the corner too. I love that. Like, these games these are some of my favorite games of all time. Mario RPGs, they are my jam. So when Nintendo announced that this was going to happen, I couldn't believe my eyes. Especially in less than a year. Nintendo did this. This took so much effort into making it happen. Right? So much effort. Those games especially, right? If I do buy some digital games here and there, mostly it's going to be physical, especially these games. Right? There's no way games that I'm that passionate about, I'm going to go digital. I'm going to support these all the way, and I'm going to keep them. It's preservation, baby. That's what it's all about. When Nintendo was advertising virtual game cards on their Nintendo Direct, they were making it sound like, you know, all the traits of physical, it's just, you know, it's going to be digital now, right? But that's just not the case, right? Because the thing is that when they named it virtual game cards, their naming convention sounds to me like they're referencing preservation, right? Because that's what this is. That's what this is. This is preservation, right? The nature of physical should be preservation, right? It should be preservation. It should be control, right? All the above, right? Like we have the freedom. We have the freedom to do whatever we want because we own the things that we hold in our hands, right? That's the thing. I'm not saying we own this as in we own the IP, but we own a tangible item. We can consume this media whenever we want to. That's what I'm saying, right? Like when they say virtual game cards, their naming convention references physical, right? All the freedom of a game card, but virtual, right? If they're basically saying, yeah, you have all the freedom of physical, but you can just do digital, right? Why aren't we able to gift digital games to people on our friends list? If we paid for these games, right, but we don't play them anymore, you know, I would just eBay this and someone can buy it. Why can't we just do that? Well, I'm not saying we sell our games. I don't know, like that would take a lot more programming to set that up, but why can't we just go onto our friends list? You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that I don't understand. I'm not going to show my friends list on here, but, you know, on your Switch, right? You go onto your friend list, you pick someone, and then you gift that digital game to that person, right? Like, I don't understand why you can't just do that. If they're trying to say that you have all the freedom of physical, but instead it's virtual, why aren't we able to gift games to people that we don't play anymore, right? Like, there are some games here that I just don't touch, right? The Walking Dead Season 2, I haven't played that in who knows how long. If I told someone on my friends list, hey, I have this, and that person goes, hey, are you playing it? And I'm like, oh, actually, no, I'm not playing it anymore. Oh, could I have it? Why? Why aren't we allowed to do it, right? It makes absolutely no sense why we can't, right? If you're demonstrating that you're taking the freedom of physical media, but it's virtual, wouldn't that be the best way to do it? To just pick someone on your friends list and that's it? Like, hey, I don't play this anymore. Here you go. But no, instead, what they make us do is load it onto another system. So if you have two Switches, whatever, fine. Or you have to lend it to a family group member, right? The only, like, it's completely backwards. The only way to do this, other than having two Switches for yourself and loading it onto another system, is meeting up with someone in person and going, hey, you want to try this game out? Listen, this isn't like trading Pokemon cards on the schoolyard, buddy. We're talking virtual game cards. We're talking digital. And the only way to do it is by meeting up with someone in person? How does that make any sense? That's not virtual then. Again, it's not like we're trading cards with someone. Why do we... Like, am I missing something here? Like... Man... Wasted opportunity for this, dude. Like, it just makes no sense. I want to like what Nintendo's doing, but I can't Do it. I mean, we're basically doing this with streaming services, like, oh, only one household at a time, and it's like, come on, man. Why do you gotta be greedy like that? Why would I bother with the whole virtual game card thing if it's effectively the same thing as physical? You have to meet up with someone. Like, I have to have my Switch, right? I have to have my Switch. And then let's say someone's in front of me right now. Hey man, you want to lend a game? Hey, cool. Here. Let me get this ready. Like, no. I'm not doing that. If we're going to be online, right? If these are digital games, why can't I just gift it to someone if I'm not playing it anymore? Like, see, here's the big issue, right? Number one, we're not allowed to gift games. Number two, we're not allowed to lend games online. It has to, right? Like, number three, it has to be lending in person. You only have up to 3 people, so that's 4 limitations. And then I think the 5th limitation is that it goes up to 2 weeks, right? Did I count that correctly? That's 5 limitations. That's a total of 5 limitations right there. Where's the freedom? Right? Where's the freedom? Where's the control as consumers? Where is it? I can't see it. Oh, wait, shit. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. I can't see it anymore. It's over. I don't know. I don't even know what else to say right now. Like, I don't get it. Right? And again, you know, when it comes to the whole key card situation too, I'll just end on this before I cut the video, but apparently what's happening with key cards, developers are only getting one option. And I think it's a 64 gig express game cartridge to put your game on, or else it's just it's the key card route for you, and that's it. And you know what that means? Oh shit, it's gone. Can't see it anywhere. Goodbye. Where's that control? Where's that preservation? Oh, it's gone like the wind. Goodbye. When those servers are gone, good luck. Bye-bye. So yeah, I can totally understand if it is indeed true that developers are only being given a 64 gig old school physical option, or else it's game keycard for you if you want to go physical. I can totally see why third-party developers are making this move, right? Like, especially if you're an indie developer. Could you imagine if your game was like 5 gigs or something? And your only option to actually have an old school cartridge is, yeah, you're going to have to pay for a 64 gigabyte express card. Like, yeah, I can see why developers wouldn't do it anymore then if that's the case. I can see why they'd go the key card route. But yeah, man, I mean, that's what's being said. I don't know if that's a fact. Take that with a grain of salt. I'm not sure if that's 100% true or not, but that's just what I heard. But I'm telling you right now, though, if that really is the case, then that tracks. That makes sense to me. That logically adds up. So, I don't know, man. Listen, this is going to be a very, very interesting generation for Nintendo. We're going to see how much control we do indeed have, right? Obviously, when it comes to first-party games, we're completely fine. And then with Cyberpunk, for example, that's completely on cartridge. Old-fashioned, good old preservation. But a lot of these games, as you see on screen right now, yeah. These are all just... Yeah, it's just basically keycard games right here. It's not looking good, but yeah, we're going to see what people do, right? We're going to see if consumers eat this up or not. As for me, I'm not buying a single key card. There is no chance I'm doing that. Maybe, just maybe, I might go on eBay, and if I see something for a good deal, perhaps I could. That way I'm not supporting this practice. I'm just buying someone else's copy, I guess. I don't know. I'll consider it. That's the only way that I would ever have any of those in that, like, in my possession. That's the only way. That's just a done deal. Looking really quiet out there. Where's our control? It's gone. Anyways, I've made that joke how many times now? We're going to see if there's a market for this or not. We're going to see what people choose. Again, like I said before, I'm not choosing key cards. I'm not buying them. I'm not buying a single one. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Are you going to purchase these? Are you going to support them? Because I definitely am not. Yeah, we're going to see the demand. We're going to see the reception for this very, very shortly. So, yeah, let's hope that people speak with their wallets and this keycard practice is abolished. I mean, if it's true that 64 gigs is the only option, then I can see why they're doing it. Nintendo Switch 2. Be the first to know. Trust me, we know a lot. We know quite a bit right now. We know a ton. Yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are, and yeah, tell me if you're going to support the keycards, because I certainly am not. So, anyways, take care, everyone.
What if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards? Well, here's what we came up with.